What if growing older was not something to fear, but something to honor? What if age did not make us smaller or less important, but instead revealed the most precious parts of who we are? We have spent so much of our lives believing that youth is the peak of existence, and that every year afterward is a slow fall into invisibility. It is easy to believe that when society keeps telling us that aging means losing beauty, losing usefulness, losing our place in the world, we see wrinkles as signs of decline. We see a slower pace as a warning that life is leaving us behind. We imagine a future where we are simply watching younger people live the life we once had. This view turns age into a shadow instead of a light. Yet Buddhism offers a different vision. In the teachings of the Buddha, aging is not a punishment or a burden. It is a natural and meaningful season of human life. It is the time when wisdom ripens, when the heart understands what truly matters, when we no longer need to run after recognition or prove that we deserve to exist. Aging can be a gentle homecoming, a moment where we finally have the chance to listen to ourselves and live with a peaceful awareness. Think about everything you have already experienced. You have loved and cared for others. You have endured pain and loss and still found the strength to continue. You have learned lessons that nobody else could learn for you. You have grown through mistakes and risen after disappointments. Nothing about your life has been wasted. Every chapter has shaped who you are today. This video is not about resisting time or holding on to youth. It is about welcoming this chapter of life with mindfulness and self-compassion. It is about discovering that peace and meaning do not disappear with age. They become clearer. They become deeper. They become available in every breath. Together, we will explore 6 Buddhist lessons that can help you see aging not as the end of something, but as a new beginning filled with understanding and freedom. Let yourself slow down as you listen. Let each word be a gentle reminder that you are still growing even now. Imagine that this is a quiet conversation between your heart and its own ancient wisdom. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Now let us begin this journey with calm awareness and an open spirit. Lesson 1. Letting go of what no longer serves you. As we grow older, our understanding of what truly matters begins to shift. There were things that once felt essential to us. Certain roles, expectations, relationships, and dreams might have been pillars that supported our identity for many years. Yet with time, some of these very things can start to feel heavy. What once helped us grow may now make our hearts tired. This is a natural and profound part of the aging journey. In Buddhism, suffering is often rooted in attachment. We hold on tightly because we fear what will happen if we let go. We cling to old versions of ourselves, old stories, old pains, even when they no longer nourish us. Letting go does not mean failure. Letting go is an act of courage. It is the wisdom to recognize that everything changes and that peace requires space to breathe. Imagine your mind as a room. Over the years, you have placed many things inside it. Memories, both painful and beautiful, objects that once carried meaning, regrets that follow you quietly, words you wish you had said, and words you wish you had never spoken. Old disappointments that have turned into silent burdens. At some point, this room becomes crowded. There is barely space left to rest. Beginning the journey of peace can be as simple as opening a window and allowing some of these old things to leave. You can take a deep breath and decide that you no longer have to carry what exhausts your heart. Sometimes letting go is as gentle as giving away an object that reminds you of a past that no longer serves you. Sometimes it is a whispered forgiveness, whether to yourself or someone else. Sometimes it is saying no to something that drains your energy. Even a small action like that can make your heart feel lighter. There may be a moment afterward that feels strangely empty. The space where pain or attachment once lived can feel unfamiliar. But emptiness is not a problem. It is a sacred clearing where peace can take root. It is the doorway for light to enter again. The less you hold on to, the more lightly you walk through the world. This is a truth that becomes clearer with age. Letting go is not losing who you are. It is uncovering who you have always been beneath the layers of worry and expectation. It is remembering the softness of your own soul. It is returning to the freedom that has always been inside you. Ask yourself with kindness, what am I still carrying that makes my heart heavy? What have I outgrown but still keep out of habit or fear? What would it feel like to finally set this down? You do not have to rush. You do not have to let go of everything at once. You can take it one gentle step at a time. With each release, you make room for joy. You make room for healing. You make room for a calmer way of living. And just like the first bloom of a flower after winter, you will feel life quietly returning. As you embrace this practice, your heart will grow spacious enough for deeper peace. And from this space, the next lesson naturally appears. The relationships you choose around you play a significant role in protecting and nurturing your peace. Let us take a mindful step into that discovery together. Lesson 2. Protecting your peace by choosing relationships wisely. As we begin to release what no longer nourishes our hearts, something else becomes clear. The peace we are trying to build within ourselves must be protected by the company we keep around us. When we were young, we often held on to many connections for many different reasons. We wanted to feel accepted. We wanted to belong. We feared being alone. We worried that without enough people near us, we might not be seen or valued. But as we grow older, our understanding deepens. We begin to notice that not every relationship deserves a place in the quiet garden of our inner peace. Some connections leave us feeling drained. Some conversations wrap our hearts in tension. Some people only see who we once were and not who we are now. Age brings the wisdom to recognize that presence matters more than number. It is not how many people surround us that matters. It is how we feel when we are with them. In Buddhism, there is the concept of Sangha. It refers to a supportive community that uplifts the spirit and helps one stay on a mindful path. In everyday life, your Sangha may not be a large group. It might simply be one person who listens with their heart. One friend who sees your true self. One companion who helps you breathe easier. Just one soul like that is already a peaceful community. At this stage of life, you have earned the right to choose who walks beside you. You may love someone deeply, yet also choose to love them from a distance. You may wish someone well without allowing them to return into your daily life. Setting boundaries is not a sign of coldness. It is a sign that you finally understand the value of your emotional energy. Peace is not isolation. Peace is the wisdom to recognize what nurtures you and what exhausts you. Take a moment to gently reflect. Who leaves you feeling calm after you spend time together? Who makes your spirit feel heavy just with a few words? Who sees the person you are becoming instead of the person you used to be? Healthy relationships feel like soft ground beneath your feet. They allow you to be yourself without trying to fix or judge anything. They listen. They care. They give you space to breathe. They help your heart feel safe and at ease. Sometimes the person who disturbs your peace the most is your own self. Old regrets, self-criticism, and memories you have not forgiven can follow you like a shadow. Protecting your peace also means softening toward your own heart, offering yourself compassion, allowing the past to rest. When you forgive yourself, you unlock a gentler way of living. Lesson 3. Living fully in the present moment. As we learn to choose relationships that protect our peace, another step naturally unfolds. To truly experience the peace we are building, we must learn to live where life is actually happening. And life is happening only here, in this present moment. Not in the places our mind often wanders to, not in the memories we carry, not in the plans we worry about. Only here. Only now. As we grow older, the mind often turns backward. It revisits moments we wish we could relive, or moments we wish we could change. We may find ourselves replaying conversations, remembering lost opportunities, or holding on to the version of life we once imagined. Or the mind may run into the future, fearing what might come, trying to control what has not happened. Both directions can steal the peace that is already within reach. The Buddha once taught, "Do not dwell in the past and do not dream of the future. Focus the mind on the present moment." These words are a gentle reminder that only one place in our life truly belongs to us. The present is the only moment we can breathe in, the only moment we can touch, the only moment where transformation is possible. Think of the past as a library filled with chapters of your life. You can walk through those halls to learn. You can open the pages to find understanding. But you do not need to sleep there anymore. It is a place for wisdom, not a place to stay. And think of the future as a painting that has not yet been created. Your fears and hopes may already try to fill the canvas, but the truth is that nothing on that painting exists yet. It only becomes real when it turns into this very moment. Living fully in the present can be simple and beautiful. When you drink tea, simply drink tea. Feel the warmth in your hands. Notice the rising steam. When you walk, simply walk. Listen to the sound of your steps. When you breathe, simply breathe. Let the air come and go through you like a soft wave. You do not need to rush to the next thing. You do not need to chase tomorrow. You only need to return to where your body already is. Imagine a calm morning. The gentle sound of a cup placed onto a wooden table. Sunlight passing through a window and falling softly on the floor. Your breath rising like a tide. In that simple moment, everything is enough. You are enough. Aging is not counting down the years. Aging is removing the layers that once covered what truly matters. It is allowing the noise of life to quiet, so the heart can finally hear itself. When we live in the present, time no longer feels like something slipping away. It begins to feel like a gift arriving in each breath. Take a moment to ask yourself, what beauty exists in this moment that I have overlooked? What can I appreciate today that I once hurried past? The answers may be gentle, but they carry the power to change everything. Life does not exist in the memories that have already passed. Life does not exist in the plans that are still forming. Life exists right here, in Spirsun, the sacred space of full presence. When your awareness rests in this moment, peace becomes natural. Joy becomes simple, and even the smallest moment begins to shine. As we practice returning to the present again and again, something within us softens. The heart becomes lighter. The path ahead becomes clearer. And from this grounded place, we are ready to embrace another profound truth of the Buddha. Everything in life changes, and the more we understand this, the more gracefully we can continue our journey. Let us step into the next lesson with that gentle wisdom in mind. There is a simple truth that becomes more important with age. If it costs your peace, it is too expensive. Your time is precious. Your energy is sacred. Your peace is a gift that you can offer yourself every single day. So ask yourself one more question. If you think of one person who brings you calm just by being there, who is that person? Keep that soul close. For the next lesson will guide us to stay fully present with them and with every moment life gives us. Let us move together into the beauty of the present moment. Lesson 4. Accepting impermanence and making peace with change. When we learn to rest our attention in the present moment, we begin to notice a truth that the Buddha placed at the heart of his teachings. Everything in life changes. Nothing stays exactly as it is. This is not meant to frighten us. It is a reminder of the natural rhythm that allows life to continue. The body changes. Our emotions rise and fall. Relationships appear and transform. Our roles in family and society shift as time flows on. Even our understanding of ourselves evolves throughout the years. Impermanence is not a message of sadness. It is the reason that flowers bloom, that children grow, and that wisdom matures within us. Thanks to change, we are given new seasons of life. Thanks to change, we are able to learn what love truly means. Imagine the human journey as the cycle of the seasons. Spring is the bright energy of youth when everything begins. Summer is the ambition and effort of adult life when we push forward with dreams and responsibilities. Autumn is the maturity when understanding deepens and achievements turn into gratitude. Winter is the time of quiet reflection and peace. Aging is not a loss. It is the winter of life where wisdom becomes more visible than ever. The leaves fall not because life is ending, but because a new cycle is preparing to begin. Yet most of us fear change. We try to hold on tightly to how things used to be. We cling to our younger appearance, to our former abilities, to roles we played long ago. We believe that without those identities, we might disappear. But in Buddhism, the self is not found in what changes. We are not our bodies. We are not our job. We are not the roles we once held. We are the awareness that gently watches everything move through time. Think of a river. It flows constantly, never the same water in the same place. Waves may rise and fall, but they are always water. In the same way, the forms we take in life may change, but our true nature remains. The essence of who we are is not lost. It is simply expressed differently as life transforms. Whenever something changes, try placing a gentle hand over your heart and say quietly, "It is changing, and that is the nature of all things." You are not trying to force acceptance. You are allowing understanding to soften your fear. And when you notice something you can still do today, no matter how small, let gratitude shape your perspective. Instead of saying, "I once could do so much more," try saying, "I am grateful that today I can still enjoy this moment, this movement, this breath." Impermanence teaches us to love more fully because we know every moment is precious. It encourages us to hold lightly rather than cling. It reminds us to admire beauty while it is here. It gives us reasons to forgive and to appreciate. It brings a deeper kindness into our hearts. Aging, therefore, is not the end. It is a softer beginning. It is the time when the noise quiets down so the soul can speak. And if you could name the season of your life right now, what would you call it? Winter can be gentle, still, and filled with spiritual light. Just like a river continues its journey without stopping or resisting, we too can flow with life. When we learn to accept change, we stop fighting the natural path our soul is walking, and with acceptance comes peace. From that peace, joy becomes much easier to find. This leads us beautifully into the next lesson, where gratitude and simplicity become the source of daily happiness. Lesson 5. Finding joy in gratitude and simplicity. When we accept the flow of change with a peaceful heart, we discover space for a softer kind of joy to appear. It is not the loud excitement of success or the fleeting thrill of new achievements. It is a quiet happiness that rises from simply being alive in this very moment. Imagine a still morning. You sit with a warm cup of tea resting gently in your hands. Sunlight travels slowly through the window and paints soft patterns across the floor. You feel your breath move in and out. In this moment, there is nothing to chase and nothing to prove. The world does not ask you to be more than you are. Peace comes from noticing what is already here. Happiness does not come from having more. Real happiness comes from seeing what is enough. Gratitude is like a small lamp placed in a dark room. The darkness represents dissatisfaction and constant wanting. When the lamp is lit, even a tiny light can transform the room. When gratitude is present, the heart begins to see blessings hidden in ordinary life. In Buddhism, there is a term called sukha. Sukha is a deep and steady joy that arises from contentment. It is not loud. It does not demand attention. It is the soft glow of a small flame that continues to warm the heart from within. You may not notice it at first, but over time its presence changes everything. The beauty of sukha is that it does not depend on perfect circumstances. It can be found in the sound of birds outside your window, in a smile shared with someone you love, in a simple meal that nourishes the body, in the feeling of your chest rising with each breath. The extraordinary is hidden inside the ordinary. Gratitude is a practice that grows stronger the more we use it. Before you sleep tonight, think of 3 small things that made this day brighter. Not grand achievements, not something others would notice. Maybe the taste of your morning tea, maybe the comfort of your favorite chair, maybe a moment of laughter or a memory that warmed your heart. When you train your mind to see the good in simple moments, life becomes fuller. A heart that feels gratitude does not spend time comparing itself to others. It does not rush toward what is not yet here. It does not blame itself for what has passed. When you see that what you have is enough, the constant need to become more begins to fade. Then you can finally rest inside your own life. The value of life is not measured by achievements. It is measured by how deeply we appreciate the breaths we have been given. A heart that knows gratitude does not need more time. It simply uses the time it has in a beautiful way. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what is something simple that brings you peace? What is one thing in your life right now that you can say thank you for? When gratitude becomes a daily habit, joy does not need to be searched for. It appears naturally like sunlight returning each morning. As gratitude strengthens our connection to the present, another powerful quality begins to rise from within us. It is kindness. It is gentleness. It is the compassion that has lived in us all along. And when we allow compassion to guide us, our later years become a blessing not only for ourselves, but also for everyone around us. Let us continue now to the final lesson, where compassion becomes the legacy of a mindful life. Lesson 6. living with compassion. When we learn to appreciate the simple joys around us, we reach a profound realization. The deepest meaning of our life is not measured by what we own or achieve, but by the kindness we bring into the world. One day, each of us will take our final step. And when that moment comes, what will truly remain? It will not be the possessions stored in our homes or the titles attached to our names. What lingers is the feeling we leave behind in the hearts of others. A legacy is not a statue or a bank account. A legacy is a warm memory, a soft smile someone recalls, the comfort someone felt simply because we were there. It is the tenderness that continues to ripple outward long after our footsteps fade. In Buddhism, compassion is not only a teaching, but a path to freedom. It begins not with how gently we treat others, but with how gently we treat ourselves. This is where many of us struggle. We can forgive others more easily than we forgive our own mistakes. We carry regrets that weigh heavily on the heart. We replay choices we would change if we had the chance. We blame ourselves for not knowing then what we know now. But every past version of you was trying, learning, and giving what it could. You did the best you knew with the awareness you had at the time. Imagine placing a hand over your heart and whispering, "I am worthy of the same compassion I offer to others." The Buddha taught that every being desires happiness and the end of suffering. This includes you. So the next time your inner voice criticizes or doubts you, gently remind yourself that you deserve love, patience, and understanding. You deserve a soft place to rest. You can begin practicing compassion in small ways. When you see someone, you can silently send a loving wish. Just like me, this person wants to be happy. Just like me, this person carries worries and hopes. When you speak, let your voice soften. When you look at others, allow kindness to shine through your eyes. These simple gestures can transform the atmosphere of any moment. Compassion rests on 3 gentle steps. Forgive, love, be present. Forgive yourself and others for being human. Love without expecting anything in return. And show up fully for the people and moments that life places in front of you. Acts of compassion do not need grandness. Sometimes it is a single caring question. Sometimes it is sitting silently beside someone who is hurting. Sometimes it is letting another person feel seen. At the end of the day, may we be able to say, "I was here, and I made the world a little kinder." Compassion is the light that continues glowing long after everything else has passed. When your heart becomes a place of compassion, you offer peace to every life that touches yours. And this is the most meaningful legacy anyone can leave behind. So now we return to the question we began with. What if aging is not a fading away, but a gentle beginning? What if our later years are the time when our true beauty finally becomes visible? The wrinkles on the skin are not signs of loss, but symbols of a life that has felt deeply. The memories that fill the heart are not burdens, but evidence that love has existed here. Old age is not life slowing down. It is life becoming clearer. It is the quiet reminder that peace and wisdom have always been growing inside you. With every year, the heart removes another layer of fear and reveals what matters most. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a peaceful lake under the calm light of morning. The surface is still. The reflections are clear. Time feels soft. This is the quality of life that aging can bring to us. We no longer need to rush. We no longer need to be everything for everyone. We can simply be calm, present, compassionate. May you walk gently into the days ahead with a heart that is open and free. May every step be filled with understanding. May every breath remind you that you are surrounded by life's quiet blessings. You are not moving toward the end. You are returning to the center of who you truly are. If these teachings have brought you a moment of peace or a new way of seeing life, I invite you to stay with this community. Let us continue to walk together on this path of mindfulness and love. There are still many beautiful moments waiting for you, many stillnesses to enjoy, many hearts to warm. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for choosing kindness as your way forward.